with Reed Bailey getting the start. Nick Dorn will come off the bench for Indiana today, and again for the second game in a row. And Brian Dorsey, Keith Kimball, and Tim Comer, our officials. Indiana and Northwestern, the Wrights, led the league in scoring. He scored 23 points per game against Big Ten opponents. Good position underneath yesterday in the win over Penn State. Here is Trey Singleton trying to work on Reed Bailey, getting the start today, walling up defensively, and Singleton beats it, only to pull away in the second half from those young Nittany Lions. And Reed doesn't get the home.
Getting downhill in transition, big body. The guy he told us earlier in the year he was actually a driver before he.
Bailey forces Singleton to pass. Shot clock is low. Martinelli from the free throw line, and he can't get it.
Texas working out defensively now, getting it going. Another good double.
Tucker DeVries trying to get the offense going.
On the switch with DeVries, can't do that.
West attacking all the way to the rim, and he scores.
Listen.
DeVries on Sheravino. Tough shot, and he hits it. Conference tournament, new arena, teams don't shoot it well, but Indiana has started 4 of 5 in the first 4 minutes of this game. Reed with a hesitation and score.
Talk about not shooting it well. He gets good looks. He always shoots it well, guy.
He looks like he's feeling it right now. Singleton walled off. Well defended.
Northwestern passing off these off screens that Indiana's so good at.
Wilkerson
hitting for DeVries and a stagger on the opposite side of the floor for the best shooter on the court.
Meanwhile, Martinelli's taken one shot, and it was the end of the shot clock. Peyton Conaway and Nick Dorn have come into the game for Indiana. Nick Martinelli, meanwhile, the league's leading scorer, has taken one shot, and now Reed DeVries. His jumpers look good so far early in this game. He's got it here on the wing. Attacks and creates for Alexis with the touch. Well defended by Conaway. Can they get the ball to Martinelli? Not here. And
yes, it does. Yeah. Chris Collins yelling at his guys there. We talked about it in walkthrough. Discipline issues early.
Wilkerson short. Now he'll come up and set a screen. Wilkerson guarding him. Martinelli creating. Clayton stops and scores under pressure from Wilkerson. Northwestern nearly pulled off the upset 7 days ago in Evanston in the only meeting with the Boilermakers. Nice cut from Connell. Martinelli. Tough shot, but it's what he does. A lot of unorthodox tool from the toolbox. Nick Martinelli's got it. He's got tools that nobody else has. He says, it up to him. Crop taps it out, and here comes Wilkerson, who's got 6 points in this first half. The second lead score in the league. Going 2 points, 1 of 4 shooting for the league's leading. He's had a good start to the game. Now Martinelli. West speeding into the paint, and a tough finish for 2. Reed defending on Enright, who gives it up. Extra pass to Dorn. Oh, they would love to see him get... Martinelli into a 2-point push.
That's the one you go look. The Breeze are closing out. Attack the rim.
West scores again, and a game from the field. The Breeze with the height advantage. Enright yet to shoot tonight, and he converts to 3, which is double figures, 8 points per game.
Gotta consider that, but Northwestern not one of the better.
Had it taken away, intercepted by Reed.
What a play by Jaden Reed to release for Enright, get that steal.
West transition. Enright inbounding from the corner. Oh, tough catch in traffic, cleaned up by Wilkerson. Singleton. Wilkerson trying to hold his ground, and Singleton spins into shooting it in this first half. West bats that ball, another turnover for Indiana. Martinelli in transition, scores, and it's West. traffic.
Got the TV timeout coming. Get him a quick breather.
Here's West, and he sneaks it in.
Second time Jake West has stood his ground in the post against a bigger guy. Wilkerson got to take him to the rim.
West, feeling it. Crop left alone, and Northwestern takes the... Crop just hit one, not going to press his luck. Here's Clayton pulling up, and DeVries. Conaway tries to create, fading back. And well done by Indiana to really respond to that run by the Wildcats. Up top, Nick Martinelli's mom. Low today, but has gotten it going. Here's Reed to beat the buzzer. And that is how the first half ends.
We had a couple plays. Hockey assist was guy we could talk about later, but they need to add that into the stat sheet.
Here is Reed, a three.
Page, he was huge defensively. See how they react here.
Reed tries again, and again, no, another offensive board.
Get that bother of the Northwestern starting this second half the same way they did in Bloomington.
West starting the second half the same way he finished.
Earlier in the half to Darren DeVries, excuse me, about what they need to do with Nick Martinelli, and that's
Singleton. Here's Martinelli, free, 4 off 3.
The offensive rebound, kicks it out to 3. He's gonna find a way to put it in that hoop now.
Wilkerson answers the 2 leading space for an open 3.
And what we didn't see in that first one was him getting double teamed right there. That they love.
DeVries. Wilkerson back and forth and rocks all the way to the rim.
How he comes to these projections. The first team out, that's got to be a national treasure.
Jake West has 16 points, looking for more. And strong. Bailey, bothered by Martinelli. DeVries has to shoot it. And he cannot hit a bucket.
Martinelli talked about it. He enjoys that.
Martinelli. Oh, 2 more. 18. The most they've led by today is 4. Jake West has not been to the line yet tonight. In fact, now he's got a chance to give Northwestern its largest lead of the game. And he does it by Matt
Wilkerson going downhill.
The Northwestern really make Indiana pay for that flagrant foul. Martinelli is going to go. But do guys shoot 15-footers and change hands? From the right hand to the back. Got it back. Shot clock low. DeVries. Tough. Reed. Martinelli. Slapped in. Scores. Martinelli 2 of 4 at the line. Completes the 3-point play. And Indiana take advantage of Martinelli out. Chris Collins trying to get him a little more rest before the TV time. Phenomenal. That foul on Nick Martinelli that puts Conaway at the line is the 3rd foul on this possession. Up around 77%. So can Indiana kind of find its groove at the line? It does feel like Indiana's just got a little bit of life now. Martinelli unattended. Cherovino gets his way inside the sent free throw shooter. Just 1 of 2.
But Indiana in this 2-3 zone is in a full rotation. The bottom guy is coming up to the win.
Next game, hanging out watching.
Like AU, high-level A. In one place, basketball convention.
Halfway through the second half. Enright tees up a 3, and he knew it out of his hand.
Enright game plan discipline, heavy plug right there on the stunt, forces the throwback. Enright hit that in the first half.
Reed hits it through. Can Indiana get DeVries going at all? Wilkerson's got 5.5. Trying to create something, and that was Singleton. He's been a good free throw shooter this year.
For Nick Martinelli, more than Chris Collins, especially after he came back this year in this environment. It puts the officials in a tough spot when you move the ball like that and you're in rotation. Sometimes it's just a look.
Who had Northwestern making as many threes as Indiana? Or maybe Indiana making on the tailgate.
See, that's what I was getting at. I was right with you there.
Clayton hits the three.
Always going to make a time to play.
6 threes for Northwestern, 5 for Indiana. That's number 6. Martinelli splits the double and scores. In some way, a replay of what happened in the first meeting 15 days ago.
A bad shot. Making Indiana work for everything.
A Northwestern team that tipped off tonight, 23 hours after they tipped off yesterday, showing no signs of fatigue.
15-8. Put a little game pressure on this Northwestern team who has had
earlier today in Indianapolis, and wanted to remind everyone there is no such thing as an elimination game.
First line of the bubble, that was Mike DeCourcy's projection. Shot clock low for Reed, and that was bothered by DeVries.
Oh, all right.
And Conaway comes out with it, well tapped by Enright. And Conaway scores. He's an 83% free throw shooter.
See, look at you.
He's Reed. Wilkerson just trying to find his way. Helping his father start the DeVries era here at Indiana.
Be interesting to see where their journey takes them.
Everything you say about DeVries and rolling on that.
You got to keep track of it. You see the joy for Nick Martinelli and Chris Collins as he came out of the game.